Hi everyone. So for our next installment, we're going to choose to look at a restart, but specifically the opposition have a corner. A corner would result if one of our blue players clears the ball off the field and that restarts on the corner with the other team having the ball. So one thing we want to do straight away is, even though this is a dangerous position for us to be in, we want to try and keep one player high up the field. And the reason for that is, say we win the ball or we're able to clear the ball away from our own goal, we have a player high who can try and get in possession of the ball, can hold possession of the ball up to allow our players to come away from our own goal to support the player with the ball, to then try and start our own counter-attack at the opposition's goal. From there, we now need to work backwards. So in this instance, I have two players for the green team protecting or defending against our one forward. So the goal is, can you keep two players around the ball? One would play on the shoulder of the player to deal with anything going in front, and the other player would deal in anything going in behind. So now, because they have one player taking the corner, now they can only put three players in and around the box. And this player is trying to get the ball into this area of the field, which is the dangerous area for us, where our goal is. So one of the challenges, again at U8, which we're going to see, is a lot of players don't have the leg strength to get the ball in there directly. So they might end up playing short. So what we want to do now is, with the three players that the opposition have sent up, we want to make sure we mark them, which basically means, can the blue players stand close enough to touch the green player whilst also be in position in between our goal and them? So if you notice now, number 7 is close enough to touch their striker, the number 9. So it'd be touch tight, and they are goal side. So number 11 is goal side of 10, 8 is goal side of 7. Now we also have two extra players, which right now are 4 and 5. Those are the two central defenders. What we're choosing to do with the central defenders is stand them on the post. So right now, if you notice, I have 3 players on the line. So the goalkeeper and the two central defenders. And the central defenders should have their feet on the line, the dead ball line, but they should be looking at this goal. So they're opened up. And the reason for that is, as it comes in, if I'm facing this person, I'm going to clear it. I might clear it back out there. But as if I'm facing this way, I can clear it away from the goal. So if they decide to play short, one of these players will have to come out to get a short pass, and then one of our players just follows them. So say they're able to play a little short pass in there. Now, the problem we have now is they have 2 against our 1. So what we would do now is we would take a player off the front post, and then it's 2v2. Now, depending on what's happening in the game, say for instance, we might be winning. Say we're winning 1-0. They don't necessarily need these 2 players here if they're going to be losing the game 1-0 with only a few minutes. So they might end up sending another player up. So now they have 4 players to hit. And what we're going to do in this instance is, we're not going to bring this player back because we want to try and keep a player high to counter-attack. So we're going to take the front player, the player closest to the balls on the front post, off the front post, and they're going to mark. And the reason for that is, the goalkeeper will stand in the middle of the goal. The goalkeeper can come forward to get anything from the middle to the front post. And then the player behind, which right now is the number 4, can go from the back post into the middle. So it's a lot easier for these players to move forward than it is to move backwards. Now, should they have a corner on the other side? So we make sure that everybody's marked up. Okay. I'll space them out a little bit so you can see. We take the player off this post and they mark there. So hopefully that gives you a slight idea of how we defend when the opposition have a corner, whether they send 3 players up or whether they send a fourth player up, depending on what the scoreline is. So this was the original plan. Goal side, touch tight, with 2 defenders on the post helping the goalkeeper. Hopefully this helps. I'll see you next time.